If you want to put that back in, watch your wheel pass you when you go down the runway.
That's got some corrosion on it. That's not good. Another beautiful day in Havasu. Time to start working on the little aeroplane. So today we're going to pull this landing gear out, and we're going to move it forward, and we're going to put a wheel back there on the back, and we're going to get rid of this little tricycle wheel and all that weight up there. So first thing I want to do is actually kind of do a weight and balance on the airplane. Basically, I'm trying to find the center of gravity of what I'm working with so that I can see how much I've altered the center of gravity after I'm done. So I'm only working with the pieces that are on the plane, and we're going to adjust it and make it come back into balance within reason. Obviously, an airplane, you don't want the tail heavy because they do not fly good when the tail is heavy. If the tail is too heavy, tail-heavy airplanes fly fast, but when they go into a spin, sometimes they don't recover well. So let's get this thing lifted up and check our center of gravity. Well, we got all the wheels off. We got that nose wheel apart. That was a lot of work. Tomorrow we'll start on that brace, putting it back in and getting the wheels relocated, and then figure out a tail wheel, and we'll redo our weight and balance and see where we're at. Start putting this girl back together. Maybe get some paint on this nose. Get her looking good. It's a new day in Havasu.
Chilly day in Havasu.
Yeah, it is kind of brisk. It's definitely starting to show winter. We may have to close this door later and turn a heater on.
Get a garbage can, start a fire.
Start a fire. Makay wants to light stuff on fire. We are kind of in the process of moving this little through spar forward. Makay here is designing a new spar, and we are going to probably get this in first, and then we'll start trimming this up. I think we need to take these cables out and get them out of the way so we don't hurt them. I've got a piece here. It'll probably take both of us to get the rest of that nose wheel out, but we're going to get started on this, and we'll show you what we're doing as we go. If it gets exciting, we'll bring you back in with this camera. If not, you'll be on the time lapser. Hey Makay, did you ever think you'd build an airplane out of lawn chairs? That's what we should name this thing, is lawn chair. See, the thing looks like it's made out of lawn chairs. It's all this aluminum tubing, and it's all just kind of bolted together and riveted together. And yeah, they had a hard landing, didn't they?
Yeah.
They stressed that little point out. I think this was probably a good choice to make this thing into a conventional gear. I prefer flying conventional gear, obviously. Tricycle gears, you know, obviously land easier, but I don't know. These things just, they off-road better with conventional gear. Tail dragger status. Well, Makay's Ruby cubing together here. Get all this structure bolted back in and locked down. Yeah. You ready, Brad? You ready to test pilot?
Let's go.
Yeah, Brad's
Let's go.
Brad's a daredevil. He'll go.
I'll go now. I wasn't sure that I would go when I first saw this thing.
Now you see me working on it.
McKay's involved, so he's like, yeah, maybe I'll get in this crazy thing now. We're moving parts. This is the landing gear.
The new or the old?
Spar. This is the one that was back here.
Okay.
And McKay's made a new spar for the engine carry through, and he's basically assembling this part. And then we're gonna get that all bolted up. We got just one more little piece of nose wheel to get out, and then we'll start bolting this in and figuring it out.
You got a lot of stuff off of this.
Yeah, no, we shucked a lot of not necessary,
Yeah.
you know, all that big old bar that was in here and all that. So we'll use the fuel tank as our ballast to reset our CG. If we need to move the fuel tank back a little, we'll do that. Make it fly faster. Tail heavy airplanes fly fast, dangerous and fast. Well, I just want to give a quick update on the truck. It has been running so good since I put that industrial pump and injectors in it. My mileage is up, like almost 4 miles per gallon. The tailpipe is completely clean, no more smoke like it had. It was always white smoke before. Super happy with the way it starts cold. Now it just fires right up. Before it was a little bit hard to start. So thank you again, Industrial. Also, don't forget to check out Industrial Injection on YouTube. Scott is approaching the end of the machining build process on his dumpster to dyno, and it will be going into assembly really shortly. So be sure to check that out on Industrial Injection's YouTube page and see how that build is going. It's been a long day here. McKay's gone home. We got this moved forward. It's just kind of sitting in here. We've got to get the bolts to finish piloting it in, but the holes are cut through the bottom. We've got everything mocked up and kind of figured out. He completely finished this piece, which looks really nice. So we'll get some bolts in the morning, and then we'll get back on, and hopefully tomorrow we got this thing rolling on the front wheels again. We'll redo our CG and double check to see how much weight we've moved around in the airplane, and then we're gonna compensate balancing the airplane using the fuel tank, because I can move that to any position I want. So I'll show you how we do that. Well, I got about half of it bolted up. It's time to put the gear legs in. Yeah, we gotta slide those up in, get the bolts in, and then we'll tighten all that up, and it kind of compresses that together. And then we just have this little bar to deal with. I'm off just a little bit on my hole, so I'm gonna have to shim over here or something, try to get that to come in to where that it lines up. But yeah, let's get this gear leg in. We got to straighten the other gear leg still, so we'll get that done and put it in as well. Alrighty, I got the one gear leg in. Looks really good. McKay's here, so he's tearing this tube out if we can get the spindle out of it, because this had a hard landing at one point and it's got a little tweak in it. And
It's not looking promising, this bolt right
the bolt isn't even coming out.
Oh, I got it to move finally.
So we're trying to get the bolt out of it. Now I think we're going to heat it up, see if we can get the spindle off. But we've either got to straighten that tube or replace it. Those are chromoly gear legs. So somebody had a hard landing on that at one point and bent it. I want to straighten that and address it while we're here. That way the legs are straight and the alignment's right on it. And then we'll get the other one in. And we'll start doing our weight and balance. Alrighty, I just got the rotor cables back in. All looks really good. Pedals are all hooked up. This is nice and free now. We're bolted together here. Makay's over here trying to basically straighten up. And here's some of these little pillow blocks too if you want to use a small one. And I don't know if there's all kinds of stuff up there, but he's going to get in the press here and straighten this axle up. So we'll just walk away from that, leave him alone, because got to focus on what you're doing, and we'll check on him later. Okay, Makay has been pressing.
She's straight.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Let's look at that. Wow, that's looking nice. Well, let's see if we can get it installed.
Do you want it first, or do you want to stick the tube in?
I don't know. How does it fit on our spindle now? Were you able to clean it up?
Yeah, I got it clean. It should be pretty good. We're gonna need another bolt.
You damaged the bolt.
Oh no, it's just horrible.
It's sheared. All right. Well, oh, it goes on there good. I don't know. Let's put it in the craft first.
I mean, if you want to put that back in, watch a wheel pass you when you go down the runway.
That's got some corrosion on it. That's not good. Anyway, we'll lube this up a little. Spin that up in there, and we will have us a couple of gear legs. Keep going until you hit your bolt. Okay, let me get the bolt out of here. Okay, go ahead. You gotta twist it. It ain't gonna slide like that. It is very much difficult twisting. Well, it's time. It's time to set this plane down on its wheels and reweigh basically our center of gravity.
The engine pushing your nose over.
Well, but we're not sitting in it either.
Yeah.
So, once you sit in it, I mean, I think the weight's, probably right here. Oh, look at that.
Damn, you're not gonna be able to see.
She's a tail dragger. Yeah, I will. I mean, it's gonna be that high. It's pretty heavy on the tail.
I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah. It's, well, there's two people in it. That's good.
Because your butt's gonna be right over the wheels.
Well, when you're at this angle, but when you roll up, you're not. You're way forward. All right. We need a strap. I don't know what I did with that strap that I had. I think I hung it back up on the wall. Okay, so we've got our strap in here at 23.5 inches, exactly where we were. Now, when I picked this up last time, I actually had a little more tail weight. So we've actually improved the front weight to where I think I can put the fuel tank right here. I don't have to put it back here. We've taken the nose wheel out. There was a ton of weight up in there we got rid of. And then moved our cross member forward from here. We put a lighter cross member in here. So as soon as I add the tail wheel assembly, I'm gonna be pretty much probably right where I was on basically aircraft CG.
Well, yeah.
So
I mean, your tail wheel weight's not going to be anywhere close to the nose wheel weight was.
right, because that was
But you've got a lot bigger arm.
Yeah, because of the distance from the center of the lift, per se, center of lift.
Yeah.
And we're actually not at the center of lift right now. We're actually back from lift. I think center of lift is forward about another, what, probably 6 inches.
Yeah, without seeing the wing on it.
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean, we could calculate all this out with some scales and start measuring arm, and weight times arm equals moment, and you figure the moment out and you start adding that crap up. But
Sounds way complicated. I'd rather just fly it.
it's a lawn chair. We can just throw it in the back of the truck and go.
That's a lawn chair. Makay, he's making fun of my lawn chair airplane. It does look like it's made out of lawn chairs. I mean, this is lawn chair material. However, this is 6061 aircraft. Most of it's coated. This is not garbage. It's good stuff. It's just light. It's ultra light. Hence the name ultralight. Experimental ultralight. So, yeah. Basically, we'll get a tail wheel assembly made, and we'll start tearing the cloth off of the wings and the rest of the tail feathers and get that sent out to be redone. Get new sailcloth on it. I'm going to paint the front, and we've got a propeller to put on and then test this engine, and then we're going to do some modifications to it. We have a new cooling system going on it. I got a radiator from a Kit Fox, so it's a lower profile. It's a lot cleaner. And we're going to mount that up, and then we're going to get a fuel cell built and mounted, and we'll be test flying in no time. Thanks for watching.